Welcome back to the podcast, the Schmeat Nation 3 podcast presented by Power Director. Once again, I am your host, Kieran Kale, and as always, alongside Adam Rocket. How you doing, Adam?
Oh, man, coming off a hefty national tight end day with a lot of scoring going around, except in my tight end position. So that's always hype to see.
Guys, big day, big week in the football league. A lot of tears on my side. We know the
team
drill.
just keeps you just watching the team slide down the rankings. Always is a sad sight.
Can't do anything right. Let's jump into it. Flying into the matchups from last week and just despair. This one hurt on so many levels. Was cocky, felt like I had a choice of either guy. Put my money where my mouth is, threw Caleb Williams into the spotlight. Was, for all things considered, correct in that it didn't matter who I played. Both of them kind of stunk. Like Jaden Daniels was at like 12 points or something. And then got burned by the final play. And ultimately led to just absolute despair in fantasy and in real life. Was devastating. Just like broken shell of a man. Have no more hope. Otherwise just kind of, I don't know. Probably my best week, all things considered, aside from my QB position, because I could have put up.
It could have been.
Yeah.
This one is just a classic case of you played yourself. I mean, what was Jaden Daniels, like the number 3 QB in fantasy, and you thought that you could outsmart the gods?
Yeah, that's true.
So
I did for 59 minutes and 40 seconds or whatever. 59 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah, but that don't matter. All that matters is the final score, and you would have won had you played Jaden Daniels, which probably feels bad.
Yep, should have played that guy.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the call with the boys. Just let the mental games, like hungover, high, and drinking coffee. It's just a dangerous combo, man. You feel electric. Like, just allowed the mental game to be played. I mean, everyone in the call, even myself, knew who the right one to play was, and you go and be stupid. So it's gonna happen in the fantasy football league. I've been playing too long to have it go, but yeah, I mean, big score all around. So obviously, Brad's excited he didn't play some of the guys who put up more. And it shook down. I go 0-2 to the Lambs. I haven't won in like 5 weeks, so makes sense.
Yeah,
Jumping into the next one here, a huge one. We were talking shit about Jasper, and he came back and slapped us right in the face, except still lost. Unfortunately, went up against a juggernaut and Seth. We've talked about Seth's team all year, and just the points, even 0 from the defense, still drops 154.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what Seth's team is at this point. Is he's just straight up a juggernaut. There's not really much you can do against him. And this is probably going to be the ceiling for Jasper's team, if I'm being honest right now. Like, I don't really know what else you could play. It was shocking to bench Brandon Aubrey. I'm just looking at it now, but it turned out to be the right choice anyway.
I don't even think he's 4. What's this guy? Hey, I mean, Dicker the Kicker won him the week last week, right? So
that's true. That is true.
The only way
he could have won was to play Raheem Mostert over Amari Cooper, but that's never going to happen. So
yeah, tough decisions. Honestly, like for how not great I thought Jasper's team looked after checking it this week, understanding, knowing what we know, I honestly felt like he's turned himself around a little bit. I mean, I've never put up over 133, so to get 146 is unheard of in my country. So,
yeah,
incredible.
I mean, Travis Kelce having his get right game. I mean, everyone has their get right game against the Raiders this year. So,
yeah, not bad from him.
Check
out some of theirs, and then once again, I mean, you'll see it in the matchup predictions. Really, not too many surprises here, and Max played a guy who didn't play, but I doubt he had 40 points on the bench, and he did not. So even with the -4 from your defense, got the job done.
Yeah, I thought I could outsmart myself by holding on to the Bengals. There weren't really much other defenses out there to play, and they've got a good matchup this week, so I figured might as well hang on to them, but should have just benched him anyway. But yeah, I mean, my team just doing exactly what it does every week. If you take out the defense and say that they get 6 points, which I don't think is outrageous, then that's when my team ends up with the 144 points that it's had all year. So it feels pretty good. Team is super consistent, but again, this week was so high scoring that it's like the team is scoring a lot, but there are others out there scoring more. So
Yeah, I think that's where like the full slate of running backs comes in. I mean, obviously Derrick Henry easily a guy who can go ceiling, but some of these other guys are slightly capped unless they have a crazy touchdown game. So, but
yeah,
you can get to 7-1 just with the raw consistency. So
yeah, and
not
I'm
horrible.
excited to get Nico back soon. Hopefully, so hopefully he can return to
Yeah,
form.
that'll
That'll
bring you
make the
some
team
ceiling.
disgusting.
I hear things are trending in the right direction for him, so I think it's next week.
Yeah.
Jumping in, Jamie, absolute domination once again. I mean, at this point, like, tough to view her as anything other than the favorite going into playoffs. She has taken you down, so we know she's already got that notch in her belt and drops a 160 here. Not even close, even though 119 is probably one of Connor's better weeks.
Yeah, her team is just absolutely disgusting. Like that, just top to bottom. Again, everyone is probably just averaging at least 13 points on her team. So that is tough to look at if you are not JB.
Yeah, will be interesting this week. I think it's San Francisco's bye, but we'll check into those ones. Connor's just he's got so many tight ends and everything else going on. He needs a full overhaul, I think.
Yeah, having that many tight ends in a year where the tight end position is this down in scoring does not feel great.
Yeah, and Tyler Lockett faked us all out going up against Buffalo. We're down early, no DK Metcalf, 1 catch. What are we doing?
That's kind of just Seahawks football, I feel like.
Insane. Didn't he have more points than this? Or did Jasper have I thought he had more points than this, but I swear to God, this was the most points on the year, but I thought it was higher. I thought he had 181, but
Has Jasper scored more than that this year?
I don't know.
Jasper's
Randomly?
win was exactly 180 points.
Okay, that's what it was. We were correct. Yeah, so there you go. Andrew on his birthday drops 180, just clean pickings against Reese, another team that we weren't super high on, and I mean literally everyone did great.
Yeah, everyone except for DeAndre Hopkins, but
Oh yeah, I didn't see the 4.9, but not needed
yeah,
when you got everyone
exactly.
else kind of going off. And
Yeah,
Leggett
I
could be
mean,
sneaky.
Reese's team really needs Christian McCaffrey back because Jordan Mason just looks to be on the outs in that offense. He caught fire for a little bit there, but I don't know, man. You need CMC back and you need to make that run because time is starting to run out. He set himself up, honestly, for what he had being 3-5 this far into the season, but he's not going to really be a serious contender if Christian McCaffrey doesn't come back and he's not his old self.
But you have to imagine he will be, but we'll see how long it takes him to get there. And then here we go. Game of the week. And Parker had this one in the bag early, I think. Even with Jordan Love out, Bijan, Ramondre, Devonta Smith, and Kate Otten, I think also in that early window, just kind of dropped a fat performance. And
yeah, having going Kate Otten in the flex, I don't think I was very optimistic about it when it happened, but I am now realizing that was a flawed take, and Kate Otten was a great play in the flex.
Yeah,
And
he
David
went
Njoku.
fucking
This
crazy
guy
on
knew
tight
that
end
it
day.
was tight end day.
Yeah. He knew it was the week to throw all those guys in the tight end slot, and then on Eddie's side, I mean 0-6 from the kicker and defense. I thought Vikings D was pretty good. Yeah, I mean they're still third on the year, so just a weird game going up against the Rams on that Thursday night. I'm sure they'll go back to doing their normal thing. Otherwise, not much he could have done. I mean, when your guy puts up 170 and
Yeah, you're
nothing
not
you
going to
can
be
really
winning
do.
too many games there when you get 170 put up against you.
Yeah. All right, moving into the power rankings, a lot of movers and shakers. We were talking before the show, the top 4 basically negligible. The ranking, I think all these teams could argue, jostle around. I was wrong on Andrew's team. I slotted him back up to 4, which I think is just where you had him last week. Where'd you have him last week? You had him at 4, yeah. So you were
I do
correct
have enough
there.
for the last 2 weeks, yeah. But you kept going to like 9 and 7 or something.
But he had bad weeks though. Those weeks,
He
so
did.
it's
He
not
did
wrong.
have that.
But I was off this week. Dropped myself down because my team's horrible. Move us down 4, and then up 4 for Eddie. I'm a little less bullish on Eddie's team. I don't know if you can see my Slack popping off. Probably not actually. I'm at 7.
Yeah, Eddie's team is a little bit of an enigma, if you ask me, because it's like he's just sitting right outside of the playoffs right now. But I'm not super in on any of his players, but I'm also just not that out on any of his players. So it's like he has pieces, and I mean George Pickens looks good with Russ MVP. My man got absolutely robbed of 2 touchdowns in that game, so that
Yeah,
could have
maybe I'm
just
putting too much stake in Parker's flukiness. Like, who do I have at 5? Yeah, I got Brad at
Brad is
5.
another one. Yeah, I mean, like we were talking before the show, just everywhere from that 4 to like the 9 or 10 slot. Like I feel like all of those teams could just be either at 5 or at 9. It's so hard to say.
Yeah, any given week, it'll be a battle coming down the stretch
Yeah.
for the playoffs as well. But Max's team, I don't even know. I'm not sure what I was looking at when I looked at it. I can't believe you didn't put him at 12. Who'd you put at 12? Connor's team? That's crazy. He's got like guys on IR, like questionable players. I mean,
That's
I
fair.
guess
I
he'll
guess I
slot
didn't
in
look
some other
super into it.
guys.
I thought his team was good, man. He said at 7 in the standings, man.
he
He's
went
got
he went
plenty. He's
3 and
got like the
0,
third,
and
fourth
now he's
most
on a
points.
5-game lose streak, I
That's
believe.
true. Yeah, I guess I didn't look too far into it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's on a 5-game. Me and Reese are on 3-game.
I don't know. I'm
No,
too high on. I admit it.
like Connor, there's some discrepancy, but we'll talk about everyone's teams in the matchup. So you ready?
Yeah.
Anything else to touch on? Here we go. Jumping in, starting off, it's kind of similar to last week. I'm not sure if we'll get any crazy upsets. I think I know who we're both taking in this one, but Max, fresh off the thing, Andrew projected a crisp 150. It's just a different story when HN has Tua back there, and now Joe
Yeah.
Mixon as well going crazy. I mean, I think a lot of
if you
these
just open
guys.
up his card there, HN I think is averaging like over 20 points when 2 is there, and then it was like 5 points getting broken. But I mean, it's also the time of season that CeeDee Lamb just starts heating up. So I think like after last week's performance and the way that the Cowboys are playing, CeeDee Lamb could be the number 1 receiver over the last, back half of the year. I don't think that's absolutely insane to say.
No, I believe it. The play rankings are incredible for him on Max's side. I mean, gets Diggs now hurt. He was riding Godwin, who's also hurt. Both those guys out for seasons. You can drop him, Max, pick up some other boys. But yeah, I don't know if we need to harp on this one too much more. I'll take Andrew and those 53-point line.
I am also going to take Andrew.
That's quite the team for him. So big surges for him here in his second season. Jumping in. Oh my God, what Jasper's projected 141. Where did I have him? That's why I got him at 8. That's why I got him at 8. This team, I do think his team looks so much better now. Addison's still
just
trying to get it.
Look at the Alvin Kamara projection though, man. Where is that coming from? I guess
they
it's against
played Carolina.
So
Yeah.
Never
They're
mind.
like
but having
22.
3 dudes projected 20 points is absolutely insane for fantasy.
Wow, Jasper 141. This is a crazy week. I mean, Kyron against Seattle and DeAndre. His running backs have juicy matchups, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I feel like his team, they were down for a little bit, but they could if there's a team to go on a run. I remember when Brad won his championship, his team was sitting at like 2 and 6. And then I think he made it into the playoffs at like 6 and 8 and then won the chip. So
yeah, I believe it. I mean, because
no one is out.
Yeah, I mean, you figure Vegas is going to be throwing a lot with no Devontae now. It's like Jacoby's just slotted right in. And then Amari
Amari
Cooper,
Cooper
it's
start
just
getting
the
rolling
question.
in that offense. Yeah.
Yeah, if he can start going. On Brad's side, though, it's still so tough to back Jasper, but I guess against Tampa Bay, too, the Patrick Mahomes Kelsey stack should be alive. But, oh, and CJ Stroud is a tough matchup. Fuck, man, maybe it is. We said all the games were fairly clear, but I'm taking it back after seeing this one.
I
I
know,
do
right?
love Downs and Dobbs in the flex. I feel like both those guys have the ability to go fucking crazy on any given week now that the QB situation sorted itself out in Indy.
Yeah, my thing with Dobbs is I'm not sure if it's Love or Willis this weekend, so that could be one way or the other. And then I mean,
Yeah.
I'm also a little bit nervous, honestly, on the T Higgins thing. Like I feel like it's either going to be a T Higgins game or a Jamar Chase game, and like I don't think both are going to go off, but maybe they will.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They've done it before. They
That's true.
could. It's just if he plays. And weirdly enough, like Jamar Chase does so good when he plays too. I think the Bengals could just really get cruising. So if T Higgins plays, I mean, you expect these points in some
That's
capacity.
true.
Like
That's true. That's fair.
he can get there. So Amon Ra's been a little bit hit or miss this season, if I'm remembering
I
it
mean, they just
correctly.
haven't needed him
Oh
so
no,
far,
he
and like
hits when he hits, but yeah.
yeah. It's just like he was doing those 25-point games every single week last year, and this year it's been, they've had games where the running game, like Jared, they put up 52 points, and Jared Goff had 85 pass yards. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that is crazy. It's scary, but I think I'm gonna go Jasper in this one.
Oh,
Even the average.
whew. I was gonna take Jasper, but I feel like I got to split with you on this one. I'll take the red.
Definitely a matchup to do it because we jump into
Pivoting.
here is Jamie. Oh man, another one where Eddie's projected over Jamie. This is crazy. Oh right, it's her San Francisco bye
Yeah.
week. All right, there's no easy matchups here. Some other chance for some other players to close the gap in the playoff hunt. Jamie
Mhm.
goes up against him at the University, Eddie. She's rocking the Bo Nix. Pretty good bye week flyer here. He's 10th ranked QB
Yeah,
on
I
the year.
mean, he started off his career a little bit rough, I thought, but ever since that Raiders just get right game. I think he's been good since then.
Yeah, I mean, she's still got her stalwart receivers in there, Brown and Neighbors. This is tough too. She's got Najee on by as well. So, all things considered, though, the team doesn't look half bad. I mean, and this is
Yeah,
her
I mean,
bye week,
her
so
depth is so good. Like the Wandale Robinson pickup is great. On Eddie's side, getting Puka back is just so huge for him. Yeah, it really just like fills out his team so much more.
yeah.
Again, with the Christian Watson, like I'm not super high on Green Bay receivers this week, just because I don't know the QB situation. But I mean, the team with George Pickens in there instead of Christian Watson now looks a lot better.
Yeah, certainly. I see the rankings clear as day, I think. So, yeah, Puka back will be huge. We also just saw Keon Coleman as a wide receiver too torch the Seahawks. So you just got to figure that they'll be able to do whatever they want, even though it's in Seattle. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
this one's a
taking
tough
Jamie
one
here.
too.
I'm
You're
sticking.
taking Jamie? All
Yeah,
right, give me Eddie. I'll split on this
first
side.
round.
Yeah. Although you could throw on Washington, so this could be just a Malik and Wandale day. Moving right along, we got Seth the Buzzsaw going up against Parker. A 9-point line. Looks like Jordan Love's trending to play. Let's peek the news here.
Well, he
Believes it's
didn't practice
realistic.
today, and he said that it's realistic. But Matt LaFleur was more like, "Yeah, I don't know if he can play without practicing all week, so I don't think he's going to
I
practice all week."
feel like Wednesday's such an obvious like skip day, but yeah, I guess they'll keep
Yeah,
moving.
but we'll see as the week goes on. Like if Jordan Love plays, I think Parker's team looks a lot better. Does he have a backup QB on his bench, or
Uh,
does not?
no, but
He's
he
got
could
a lot of
easily
wide
find one on the
receivers.
wire, I feel like.
Yeah, but on Seth's side, I mean, it's the story just with the position rankings right there. Just like the only one that's outside of the top, 12 at their position is Tank Bigsby, which is absolutely ridiculous.
He also kind of kneecaps himself just ramming Ravens D in. I don't think they've had like a single good. Okay, they had a good game against Buffalo and Las Vegas, but otherwise, like, have not had
Hey,
good
man,
weeks. He just keeps shoving them in
my
there, and
man
his
is just
team.
obsessed with the Ravens.
Yeah, any given Sunday, I guess. I mean, maybe they slow down Bo Nix. He is a rookie, and the good defensive head coaches can confuse him, but that's definitely a liability. But at the same time, like, his team's pretty damn good. It's
Mhm.
across the board. I mean,
He
a
did
6
just
and
get
9 in the flex.
Zay Flowers too, right?
They did, so he got some depth there. He's not starting him, but I guess it's probably tough to get him in when you got all these dogs.
Yeah.
Perhaps if Malik Willis plays, he moves Jaden Reed out, but they do run it with him. So,
Yeah.
and then
It'll be
Josh Jacobs has a tough matchup against Detroit. Like, that could be an angle, but his like 14.6, I guess it's slightly less than
That's
his
just all you
average.
need. Like we're looking at
Yeah.
his wide receiver, like with Justin Jefferson and Garrett Wilson and Terry McLaurin, like you don't need more than 15 points from the running back.
Oh, Parker will actually have the edge in this one because he's starting a defense that has a bye. So you'll imagine. Oh, actually, I don't know if there's anyone on the wire that gives him 135. So maybe not. But
Yeah, I think I am going to take Seth in this matchup. I mean, I don't think that's
yeah, I think I'll tail you there. I'm a Parker's team hater. Although the Jacksonville matchup could see some big things from Devonta Smith, and then Kansas City gives up points to the tight end. So could be another Kate Otten angle.
Oh, dude, I didn't realize he's rolling out 13 personnel this week. Let's go.
Oh my God, yeah, the
I'm
jumbo
definitely
package.
rolling with Seth now.
Holy shit, triple tight end. Oh my God, he's got all these guys injured. Christian Kirk, I'm pretty sure is just out for the whole season. No. Yeah, so you could I don't know why people hold on to these boys, like just drop the
It's
fucker.
tough, man. It's tough. You build a bond with them, and then you just let them go. Leave them out for dead. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Huh? Moving along, Connor with quite a lot of single digit player rankings, but you perhaps with more. Connor takes on you. You're 7-1, looking to go to 8-1. Connor trying to save the season. I'm not sure you can do anything at 2-7, and I feel that immensely. Uh, not much to say here. Don't love the double tight end in this scenario.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Tucker Craft is good. Does he have anyone on the bench? Maybe Tank Dell could go off now that he's the only guy there. But
Damn, he's gonna have
man, this guy
Sauce on
fucking
him,
loves
maybe.
Kirk
Like,
Cousins on the bench, man. Who's
Kirk
it? Is
Cousins
he
to
playing
Dallas
right
could be
now?
high.
He's not. Okay. Wasn't sure. This is he's a big Tua anchor guy.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, on my side again, it's just the running backs. Like I'm playing a lot of running backs because that's kind of all I have at the moment. But it just keeps working. Like these guys, they never boom, but they also never bust. So it's like the team is just so consistently at like 140 points that hopefully that should be enough to propel me past Connor here.
I I guess it was the Packers who played Jacksonville, but it feels like we've seen Eagles Jacksonville every week of the season, but obviously not the case.
I would argue
Saquon
that you
Barkley
haven't
could
seen
do
them
it.
in about 4 years.
It's tough to back Connor here, and I will not. I'll
He's
go with
got
you.
dudes that can just absolutely go off, but like,
Does he?
well, I
But he
feel
has
like DJ
Saquon
Moore,
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, Joe
I
Burrow,
guess
like he's
DJ
got
Moore,
Joe.
but
So I guess if it's a T Higgins game, I should be worried. But every time Joe Burrow does something to Jamar Chase, it's just going to benefit me more.
yeah, slightly.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm obviously taking myself in this matchup.
Yeah, I'll go you as well if I didn't say it already. And jumping into a game of the week. With big implications here, Reese taking on me. I'm a 12-point favorite. Don't even think I need to swap out the kicker. We'll make that decision on game day, honestly. But Reese's team is just pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what's going on here. I thought he had at least somewhat decent of a team, but I don't know how he was pulling out those 3 wins. Yeah, he's got Jordan Mason on the bench. Fine.
Yeah, he's on bye.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Huh?
Classic.
He's
Yeah, I
got
mean,
the two waiver wire
there's
darlings on the
not
bench, but I guess
much going on with Reese's team, if I'm being honest.
and there shouldn't be anything going on with my team, but I just have some names that you can really feel good about, but they've done
Like your
absolute dog
receivers
shit.
just look disgusting, man. Like Tyreek Hill, Marvin Harrison, Cooper Kupp, and Drake London. Like I feel like that is nasty. I have no idea how you are in second last place in the league.
Yeah, I don't. The average is so high, but it's just because these guys have been like injured. Like I don't know. The
That's
running
just
back
what
situation
zero
is
RB.
horrible.
Zero
Like
RB sucks, man.
it's terrible. I don't mean to be starting Javante. I was gonna slot in Alexander Madison. I thought I did that, but I must have had a stroke. Doop.
He is going with Alexander Madison.
Get back in there. Get back in the peppered targets. Figure the Raiders will need to be chucking it.
Might
There we
see a
go.
little bit of Desmond Ritter here this week.
Yeah,
Who
so
knows?
we'll see if I even need to pick up a kicker a little bit. Try to go the
Who's playing
disrespect
on
angle.
Monday night? And I know it's the Chiefs versus someone. So is that other someone kickers available?
No, I'll sort it out Monday or Sunday morning during the morning games if we need to.
Chase McLaughlin.
Probably sort it out before then. I think,
Yeah.
hopefully Washington goes crazy. Knowing my luck, Jane Daniels will probably die on the field this game, and then I'll lose. So
That does seem to be your luck this season.
also,
But,
for all things considered, I don't necessarily think Reese has that bad of receivers either. Like the names are kind of gross and ugly, but if you really
yeah,
boil
I mean
down
they
to it,
are kind of. I don't know. I've burned in by Michael Pittman in multiple leagues, so I'm kind of done with the Colts offense. Maybe Joe Flacco changed that, but Joe Flacco seems obsessed with Josh Downs. That like I am still not high with Michael Pittman even with Flacco in. And Calvin Ridley, like I feel like it's one of those things where if Will Levis is playing, I would not be wanting to start Calvin Ridley. But if it's Mason Rudolph, then sure.
who played last week?
Mason Rudolph.
Oh. Yeah. How do you not chase 22.6 points though?
I don't know. They were down like 35 points at halftime, so all they were doing was throwing, and the Lions were probably just playing soft coverage. I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things where he obviously has the talent to do that, but I would not have faith in the Tennessee Titans to get Calvin Ridley the ball 10 times.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If there's ever a week to get right, it's against me. So
that being said, I'm taking you.
Taking Reese. Who are you taking?
I'm taking you.
Oh, damn. That doesn't feel good. Yeah, give me as well. You know, neither of us have won in 3 weeks, so they'll be good for
someone's got to win. You know, that's crazy.
That's my favorite part. And then we get to see push-ups in our underwear.
That's true. Yeah, that is going to be the most exciting part.
Yeah, for real. No one cares about the actual game. Neither of us are doing anything. Moving into the projected playoff bracket, I think it's brought to us by Snickers or something on the app. Looks like we don't get an advertisement on the PC, but look at that. Parker's sneaking in at 6. Otherwise, the top 4, you guys, I would not want to be playing against Seth or Andrew. So definitely trying to get some positioning there, get a bye.
Having the bye in this league is essential. I would not want to be going up against Jamie either. So I'm hoping that the standings stay like this and I stay on opposite ends of the bracket as Jamie. So
yeah, she's got an absolute unit of a squad. And honestly, no one's even close getting in there. What, 4-4? I guess we're a couple
one game
out. And wait, who does Parker play? We just looked at it, but I forgot already. Doesn't he play Eddie or something?
No, Jamie plays Eddie.
Who does Parker play? We already forgot. Oh, he plays Seth. Oh, man, this is huge. We need some of these guys to start taking some L's. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom.
I mean, that 6th place, like I said, it's always one of those spots where you might be able to sneak in with 6 wins or something, and then Hey, all you need is a couple good weeks in a row at the end, and that trophy could be yours.
Yeah, I think it might be. It's tough for me to be like, yeah, Reese is a must-win scenario because I feel like I still have a chance, but that would mean that Reese should be okay with a loss. Maybe 3 and 6 is not going to be able to make it. We'll see. We will see. Still a lot of time left, but it feels so far out of reach when you look at the standings. So.
Yeah, what is it? What are the playoff odds? It says you still got a 13% chance at playoffs. So.
I mean, you can only go one lower to find a 6, so not quite sure where it's grabbing those numbers. Pretty damn high playoff chances for the top 5 at 5 and 3. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is nice to look at the 99%.
You must have a clinch, yeah. If you get one more, I think that would make sense. The 7th place guy has 5. You would only end up with you could get 6 losses, no? I guess you just need to win 2, but you're probably safe.
We do 13 weeks.
14, right? Yeah, 14 because there's buys in week 14.
Yeah.
It's like the points found, points 4. Yeah, that checks out. All makes sense. I mean, Jasper's way out projecting. He's out kicking his coverage there.
I mean, look at those points against, man. That's tough. That's always tough to look at.
Yeah, that'll do it. A crisp 200 more for me and Jasper than you.
Yeah, but like I would feel guilty about having that few points against, but it's like my team has also just been at the top of the points.
Yeah, you're up there. I mean, this combo is exactly how you end up at 7 and 1.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up at 6 and 2 ranges. I mean, obviously, Seth, you imagine had a chance at 7 and 1.
I forgot that Seth just never plays on the road in this league. He just plays at home every single week.
Oh yeah, that is nice for him. There must be someone who only plays on the road.
Nah.
There's people who haven't won at home. Brutal. Alrighty. One last look at the rankings. We're tied up in our picks, so we'll see if it comes through.
Yeah. See what happens this week.
There we go. Anything else left to say? I might
you made it through National Tight End Day. Team is not looking great, but how does it feel to be on the other side of it?
I did get fucked though. Still, like if Kyle Pitts doesn't go off, I win despite my QB situation. So
yeah,
if he doesn't score that massive touchdown, like who knows? Could have been anything.
Yeah. He almost fumbled at the 1 on that one, so that would have been sick.
Yeah, that would have been electric.
But how do we still not have camera angles down the goal line in every NFL stadium? It's crazy to me.
That one was weird because it definitely looked like he dropped it behind him. But what are you gonna do? There's a couple questionable calls, honestly. I could say that every week.
Yeah.
The NFL. It's got to have the worst product for how fucking hyped people are about it. Like, they actually kind of suck.
Yeah.
Watching the games is brutal, man. The refs are fucking pulling out dog shit calls.
Man, I can't get enough.
Alrighty, Schmeat Nation. Good luck to everyone but Reese. I can't take another loss.
Yeah.
See ya.
Whose underwear are we going to see? That's the question.
Have a good night, everyone.